So this is the deck, and let's get into the matches real quick. So we'll get into one of my losses against Sword Soul. I know you guys probably facing Sword Soul a lot because the new pack just came out and everyone's just like flies to a freaking piece of turd. Like they're really onto that stuff. So yeah, all right. Turn 1. Our hand is looking not that good, and he ashes us. So our hand, we're at 4 cards. So that's all we can do right here. Next, he summons this, and this card goes into the Synchro level 8, and the 8 searches the level 6 or the spell card, which then goes into Barone. So he's always, when you face Sword Soul, expect this monster negate, as well as a Barone, which is an Omni negate. So they're going to have two negates turn 1. And the reason why I summon Eldlich here is because he's going to go into Barone. I faced enough to know that he's going to go into Barone, and he would have negated my Sanguine, and I probably would have died if he had another monster. So I just tried to wall up as best as I could, because it's all I can do right now. He destroys Eldlich, and he has Destiny Fusion, so he's going to get Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer, and he's going to do a bunch of damage to me. So next turn I do have a Lava Golem, which is good, so I can Lava Golem out his Destroyer Phoenix and his Barone, and then I can Pot of Prosperity safely, hopefully if he doesn't have Ash. And then we go into Torrential, called by Gozen Match. So we want our Gozen Match, because this deck is attribute based, so he has Wind, he's got Dark, he's got Fire, he's got Water, he's got Earth. So he's got all the attributes, so Gozen Match is really good against this deck. It could stop it really easily. So you can do some Eldlich stuff, get Eldlich on the board, attack into him. I'm not sure which one I should have attacked actually, it might have been better to attack this guy. But I set Gozen Match, and right here I feel like I should have activated Gozen Match early so he couldn't get into his water synchro, but I summoned Eldlich here just to make sure that I have that grave effect next turn. Gozen Match, he has to choose. He chose he wanted to keep water, so this means he's going to go into Advancipator, and at the time I didn't know what like synchros that he wants to go into. Okay, he Pot of Prosperities for DD Crow, which he can banish my Eldlich, but so I didn't know at the time that Advancipator was going to be in this deck, but now I know. So he negates this. That was my bad. I forgot that he negates stuff. And then we go into our... We tried to summon Eldlich, but I knew he's going to DD Crow there. I just wanted to get rid of his DD Crow. We set Torrential and pass, and we can't use any trap cards unless we have 2, because he's just going to negate it. He just negates the first thing that he sees. Just clicks yes. Okay, he negates it, he clicks yes. So we summon Ash and Torrential on the board. We set Skill Drain, use Eldlich's ability to come back on the field. Alright, and then we just attack here. Hope for the best. Next turn, he has Hero Dasher, he just summons this, and summons the dude that shuffles me back into my deck. So now I know Sword Soul a lot better now. So he has Shuffle back into deck dude, negate spell and trap cards, he's got Barone, and he's got the Barone plus the Sword Soul monsters. Okay, so this one is another Sword Soul match, but we're learning a little bit. So we're learning the matchup. So he has the water, he has the light, he has the wind, he has a lot of stuff. So right here, he's going first. He's just gonna always expect Synchro 8 plus Barone, always. So I'm gonna speed it up right here. There's the 8 to search for the dude, and he draws one with this ability. He can end with a really good board and have like 10 cards in his hand. It's crazy. Like with Eldlich, you can set a bunch of stuff, but like you're not gonna have 10 cards at the end of your turn. Alright, so we bait out with Heavenly. He negates, so he can't negate no more. So we use Pot.
he Imperials us. So right here is better for us than it is for him. Because this puts him at more of a disadvantage because we barely have any spell cards besides like Pot and maybe a few other stuff. But yeah, Sword Soul definitely uses spell cards. Okay, Eldlich to just send Baron to grave, and then Sanguine to set the Tech Hero, and then we just send that to the grave to summon Eldlich. And right here, the reason why I don't set 2 cards before I battle is because the Sword Soul has a trap card that says they can tribute out a worm monster and destroy 2 cards on the field, so they would destroy these 2 if we set them. So that's why we gotta attack first. He tries to negate my effect, but Eldlich, he's the golden boy. You can't stop him. And we set these 2, we set a Sanguine, and we're looking pretty good so far. He's got 2 cards in his hand, he's got no graveyard effects, he's got an Imperial stopping himself, and he's got 1 set card. So he uses that, summons Ecclesia. Okay. I think he's gonna go into Emancipator. And I'm gonna summon Eldlich right here, trying to bait out his negate, which he does not negate. He summons this, I tried to destroy his card. So I used Dogmatica to target 1 face-up card. I targeted him only because we have the Entity card right here, which means if it's this card you sent to the grave, you can pop another monster or a card, so I would pop this Emancipator after. But he negates it, which I expected, but we have another one, so it doesn't really matter. Bop. And then he scoops, so that was a very good match that made me happy. But yeah, in the last match right here, we're going against Luna Danger Kaijus. So with this, what this deck basically wants to do is I think they want to go second, and just wait for you to set up your board, just tribute out your board, put their Kaijus back in their hand, and just destroy your entire field. So, but we're a back row deck, so it doesn't really matter for us. So he can't really do anything. All he can do is summon Luna, because they depend on us to have monsters on the field. So he's just gonna summon, get another Luna, and then just attack us. Now I let it go. Don't need to do anything here. I don't want a lot of Eldliches in the grave. Only because they're just gonna get banished somehow by... I always get my Eldliches banished, so I don't want them all in the grave. Okay, let's speed this up a bit. Sanguine. We draw Ash, so we're just gonna attack into him. And we're gonna activate our graveyard effect and set a Conquistador. And right here, always expect the Kaijus and a bunch of weird stuff on hand. Okay. Okay, so he summons Kaiju, summons Luna, activates Deflore, targeting 2 monsters, 1 on each side of the field, or 2 cards. So he targets Fairy Tail Luna and he targets Conquistador of the Golden Land. And after that, I chain Dogmatica. So what this is going to do is, since chains resolve backwards, I'm going to destroy his Luna. His Luna can't fully activate because she's in the grave, so her ability can't go off because she's in the grave. So she can't really go back into the hand or whatever. So Dogmatica targets him. I send Entity to the grave. At the end of the chain, Entity procs, because it wasn't part of the chain, and destroys the Deflore. And then literally 1 card. I just needed 1 card's like costed him the entire game. Dogmatica Punishment. So that's why you always want to have the Entity. So this last match is just a surrender match, so it's not really that interesting. But yeah, these were the last 3 matches basically that got me into D1. But yeah, yeah. If you guys have any questions or something about my deck or something related to this or whatever, just let me know in the comments. Yeah, I'll be happy to answer them. And good luck in your road to ranked. Hope you guys get to Diamond 1 as well, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.